So, how's everyone's day? First off, welcome to the channel. I'm Tina Marie J, and I am so excited to see you here on this beautiful freaking Friday. Before I get into the topic, I want to let you guys know some news. I just did a podcast interview with K Fitz, which I will put down below in the link from his channel. He's an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And I found his videos just doing my little research on Jehovah's Witnesses. So anyway, I ended up connecting with Keith. He's super cool, and he asked me if I want to do an interview speaking on my experience with the ICOC as an ex-cult member of a different kind of cult. So like I said, check it out down below. I will have that link for you guys. I want to talk about something that one of you have mentioned in the comment section. I love it when you guys comment. I love it when you guys go back and forth, and even if you have your little debates, I'll be sitting there eating my popcorn like, but seriously. One of you have made a comment about feeling like you're starting to hate Christians because your experience was so bad and it was just so negative that now you feel like you don't even like Christians anymore. So I thought to myself, that is actually a good topic for a video. What do you do when you get to the point where you feel like you just hate Christians? When you feel like you don't even want to associate, you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to acknowledge them, you just don't like Christians at all. Hate is a very strong word, and I personally try not to use it. I really don't like to have hate in my heart for anyone, because hate does nothing for anyone except you. And what it does for you is it chews you up and it just ruins you, and you do not want to live your life with hate in your heart. My advice for those who feel like they're beginning to hate Christians is that you have to really look at yourself. Are you perfect? Are you all put together? I'm pretty sure you're not. I'm not perfect. I'm not all put together. No one is. I'm not trying to justify the behavior of many Christians, but I really don't like to judge people. And I always take it back to the race thing, because this is the easiest thing to use as an example. If you are robbed by a black guy who's wearing a hoodie at night on your way home from school, that was my story. I was robbed, and this guy had on a hoodie and he was black and he robbed me and he claimed to have a gun on him. And you know, I freaking gave him all my stuff. I even gave him my Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, you can have my donuts, you can go about your way, I'm good to go. But does that mean that I need to now hate all black people who wear hoodies just because I was robbed by a black guy with a hoodie? Well, for one, it wouldn't make sense for me to hate all black people with hoodies, because my husband's black and he wears hoodies. It's just not fair. It's not right to say because I had one bad experience. So that doesn't mean that every black man who wears a black hoodie at night is gonna rob me. It's the same thing when it comes to religious people. You can't hate one set as a whole because you had a bad experience with a certain amount of people who were in that particular set. I think that it really boils down to deeper issues that are deeply rooted. I did not have a hatred for Christians. I just felt very strongly towards the Christians that I dealt with because they hurt me. Those people in particular hurt me. So I did not feel any hatred for other Christians, but I did feel, I don't really want to say a dislike, but you know what? I don't know what I felt. Whenever a Christian would talk to me and try to share the gospel with me, I did feel some type of way. Not necessarily anything personal towards that individual, but I just didn't like it. Now I've learned to just kind of separate myself and my personal feelings and my personal beliefs from others, and that all comes from respect. So basically, if you feel like you hate Christians now because you had a bad experience with Christians, that means that you have not learned how to respect that there are Christians out there that will occasionally want to share the gospel with you. They will try to talk to you about God and share their beliefs, and you have to learn to just say, you know what? It's okay that they want to do that. It's okay that they want to talk to me. It's okay that they want to share their belief. They want to tell me about the Bible. I have to respect that. I have to respect that this is what they believe. I have to respect that they believe in God, they believe in Jesus Christ, they believe in salvation. But if you don't believe in those things, or if you just are like me, where you believe there's a creator, you believe in God, but you're not so much of a Bible believer, then you need to understand that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel like your belief is not the same as someone else's. But it's like I said before, it all comes down to getting to a point where now you know how to respect different religions and different belief systems. During your journey of your spiritual journey, wherever you are, when you get to the point where you have love for yourself and you have love for other people, you know how to respect and you can accept that there are other people that believe in things that you just do not believe in anymore, or maybe things that you've never really believed in. That's when you won't feel any hate. If you still have hate, that means you still have hate in your heart. You have a lot of unresolved issues, and those unresolved issues has got to be worked out in some sort of way. It may take time, but it will happen in time. You want to learn to love, to respect, and to accept who you are and where you are in your life right now. But when it comes to hate, because it's such a strong emotion, work through that and figure out, where is that emotion coming from? How can I put an end to this hatred? It eats up at you, and you will never live a happy life, and you will never feel fulfilled until you get rid of that hatred. Your hatred is not hurting anyone else. It's only hurting you. Only you. That's my opinion on that. So the other topic that I want to talk about, because I want to kill two birds with one stone, is it God's fault what we went through as ex-cult survivors, that you were hurt in the church, that you were disfellowshipped and shunned and banned and treated like crap? My answer to that is no, it is definitely not God's fault. And I will admit that it took a while for me to get to this point where I can honestly say it's not God's fault, it's people's fault. When you first leave a controlling group or a cult, you're feeling a lot of hurt, and you're feeling a lot of anger, and you're feeling a lot of emotion that's very strong and sometimes overwhelming. And depending on how hurt you were, it could be more strong and overwhelming than the next person who's left the cult. So you're going to feel like it's God, because of course we know God as being this powerful person who has control over everything. But then when things go wrong, we question, like, hello, what happened? Why didn't you do anything about this? So when I first left, I felt like, not necessarily like everything was God's fault, but I did take it out on God a lot. So, you're supposed to be God, right? Why'd you let this happen? And then when this whole thing with the ICOC happened, I was like, you know what? I did a lot for you, okay, God? And I did a hell of a lot, and none of it is working. And if you don't want to take me into heaven, then fine, don't take me to heaven. That was my thinking for a long time, up until very recently. Now I'm at a place where I realized, and I had like an epiphany. I was like, oh crap, like this has nothing to do with God. This is all about the church and religion and the people. The people that hurt you are the ones to blame. They're the ones who twisted scriptures from the Bible. They're the ones who disfellowshipped and shunned you. They're the ones who kicked you out. They're the ones who didn't want to be a part of your life anymore when you decided to walk away. They're the ones who spread false rumors about you, backstabbed you, betrayed you, but they're human beings and they cannot be expected to do anything more than what they are capable of doing. And that is not a justification. That is not me saying, oh, it's okay, let them get a free pass. Hell no, they don't get a free pass. But you have to remember that they have nothing to do with God. That's their issue. My personal opinion, I don't think that God organized religion. And if he did come up with religion, I think that he intended for it to be different. I don't think he intended for it to be this way, for it to be where people can get hurt. But unfortunately, in today's society, there's so many religions, there's so many different belief systems, and there's so many people out there and so many people that are easy to persuade and to convince into doing certain things and believing certain things, that it really ruins it. And it messes up the whole point of having a religion. If you believe in God, then I'm speaking to you. I think that God needs voices that are going to go out there and tell other people it's not his fault. So I guess I could say I'm volunteering. It's not his fault you were hurt. It's not his fault you were abandoned, mixed up with the wrong religion or the wrong church or the wrong group. It's not his fault. I understand where the hurt and pain come from, but I think that when you leave a very controlling organization, you need to work on a lot of things, and it's a long journey. Once you get to a point where you realize that it's not God's fault, but instead it's actually people's fault, it makes the journey of recovering from your traumatic experiences a lot easier. Ugh. You know I have 2 dogs, but this is the only one who always wants to be in the videos. There are many great churches out there. There are many great Christians out there. But unfortunately, we were a part of one that really messed us up and really hurt us, and it's really hard to recover from that. But I bet you that if you try your hardest and you dig deep inside, you can find a way to help yourself recover and heal from that. Work on loving yourself, because if you don't work on loving yourself, you're not going to know how to love anyone else, and you're going to hold on to the past, and you're going to hate God and hate everyone. Then you're going to become an atheist. I have nothing against atheists, but last thing you want to do is become one of those angry atheists who act like pricks. You don't want to be a prick atheist. That is all for this video. If you are interested, I still have my complimentary 60-minute call that you could do with me. After we do that 60-minute complimentary call, then I do have my 12-week coaching program. Right now it's complimentary, and we can talk more about that if you do the call with me. If you have any questions or you have any video requests, let me know down in the comment below. If you want to share your story or you want to just chit chat with me, send me an email, hbhl@yahoo.com. Guys, real quick, my Instagram, don't follow me on that Instagram page. I am making a new Instagram specifically for you guys so that I know who here is following me from the channel, and I'll let you know when I get that Instagram up. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your weekend. I love you all so much. Bye.